First, when Lisa Beecher of South Portland wrote a memoir about how her family dealt with years of mental health challenges, she dedicated it to all who have walked in our shoes and for those who will one day. Her new book is called Living with Mr. Fahrenheit, a first responder family's fight for a future after a mental health crisis. It is an unvarnished account of a harrowing journey, one she and her husband never saw coming. As Portland police officers, Lisa and Jamie Beecher had seen plenty of trauma, plenty of other people's nightmares. But Lisa was shocked when in their own home one night, she heard 2 gunshots upstairs. She knew right away they came from her husband's service weapon.
So I hollered out to him, "Jamie, what are you doing?" And he very calmly answered, "It's okay, a demon came after me, but I believe I got him, so we're safe now."
Jamie Beecher had experienced a psychotic break. With great effort, Lisa coaxed him into checking into a psychiatric hospital. A friend drove them there. The guy who was driving had his left hand on the steering wheel, and your husband became very agitated. He thought that left hand was what?
Of the devil.
Sign of the devil.
A sign of the devil.
Because he wasn't driving with his right hand, but was driving with his left hand.
Right.
What eventually was the diagnosis? What did doctors say was wrong with your husband?
They told me he had bipolar 1 and PTSD.
What did you make of that?
The psychiatrist said to me, 1 out of every 50 to 100 people has bipolar illness. There are several layers of it. And I said to him, "I know hundreds of people. I don't know anybody else who has it. Where are all these people?" And he said, "Chances are excellent that you do know people, but society's not kind to people with mental illness, so they keep it quiet."
So began a long and painful journey. Unable to do his job, Jamie Beecher had to quit the police department. His erratic behavior, swinging from mania to depression, left his wife and children always on edge, never knowing what might come next. You had 2 young kids who were really little when the problems began. How did his problems affect their relationship with their dad?
They didn't have a good relationship or a close relationship with him. It wasn't until they were grown and out of the house that things started changing.
Obviously, his condition also made it really, really difficult for you. At one point, you had all but made up your mind to leave him and get a divorce, and you heard a voice. What did that voice say?
"I want you to take care of him." I stopped in my tracks because I was in my head. I was planning to leave, and I was starting to feel, I even felt a thrill. I remember that thrill. I'm going to be by myself. I don't care. I've started over from scratch before. It could be a small place. I'll just be by myself. And that voice just overrode my thoughts and was very clear. "I want you to take care of him." Years and years went by with no truly effective treatment for Jamie's mental illness, until finally a new medication brought about real improvement, but also serious physical side effects, in particular, tremors. People were asking me on the quiet, "Does he have Parkinson's disease?" And we'd say, "No, it's the side effects of his new medication." But he was willing to put up with those because the medication works so well. Clear head, good life, close to his kids. Life had still more trials in store for the Beechers. A genetic condition caused Lisa Beecher's eyesight to deteriorate, eventually forcing her to step down from a job she enjoyed, chief of police at the University of Southern Maine. And she was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. People are going to read this book and they're going to say, how did she find the resilience to keep going? I don't know what makes resilience. I don't know the answer to that question. It's put one foot in front of the other. That's what I've always done, and I don't want my days to be negative. So in order not to have negative days, I find the good.
Part of what you want to do in this book is let people see the shortcomings of the way we deal with mental health problems in this country, particularly for first responders. Why is that so important to you?
Because we were alone and isolated for so long, operating in secrecy and shame and all of that, shame can kill. There are more police officers who die of suicide every year than are killed in the line of duty. There's a reason for that. If they can't talk about it, if they can't go for help, if they can't feel supported by their departments, we're going to not see an end to that. And I hope my book starts some conversations.
You and your husband have got married when?
1981.
How is your life now?
Our life is good. It's good. He's still having problems with medication. He's so sensitive to psychiatric medications now, he can't be therapeutically medicated. So he only has about half what he should have. And I'm used to it, the kids are used to it, we know how to handle it. Everybody's close, the kids are over here all the time.
You have been through a remarkable journey, and it doesn't have a happy Hollywood ending where everyone is bathed in golden sunlight at the end. Have you, at this point in your life, though, found some measure of peace?
I know this is my life. This is what I'm supposed to do. I can't imagine turning my back on my husband now. He needs me. I don't look for happiness. I stopped looking for that a long time ago. Contentment is my happiness. So if there's contentment and nothing needs tending, it's a good day.
Again, the name of Lisa Beecher's memoir is Living with Mr. Fahrenheit. You can find out more about her and her book by going to the 207 section of our app or website. And full disclosure, Lisa Beecher is the mother-in-law of New Center, Maine's Lee Goldberg.